All right, here we are for round number one. This hand is actually very close. If I had one land in here besides this Thornwood Falls, I would almost certainly keep this. As it sits, I think I have to mulligan it. I only have 2 draws to hit a land, so I'm going to mulligan that one. All right, this one is not very good either, but I am going to keep this one. We're playing Tron, so that means we're going to get like super lucky all the time. I'm going to put that on the bottom. I don't really need more land, I need more Tron lands. Playing against Affinity, if they have a good, this is pretty typical for Affinity. If they have a good draw, they're going to win. If they have a bad draw, they're going to lose. That basically applies to every single one of their matchups in the whole format. So not really anything particular with our deck. They're an incredibly inconsistent deck, and they can win games that they shouldn't win, but typically they either go off or they fizzle. So I'm expecting to see a 4/4 here. Yeah, so they can even play a Mirror Enforcer if they have one. Yeah, so 7 power on turn 2. It's pretty good. We can definitely beat that, but this hand is pretty bad, so I don't really expect to beat this draw from my opponent. Yeah, another brick, so I'm going to be able to Teachings next turn, but I'm actually just going to be dead before I can cast the Fog. So I'm going to take 7 this turn and 7 next turn, and then the turn after that, I expect to die to burn spells or whatever. Yeah, so it looks like we've lost this game, but that's okay. We've got our Fangor Marauders in the sideboard. We can do some work with that. My opponent should have definitely cast this first main. It was just a mistake. So, all right, let's see how ballsy my opponent is. They can go for it. They can go for lethal with ATAG this turn, but if I have a Fog, they'll like probably lose. Well, they probably won't lose, but yeah, no fear for my opponent, it looks like. I mean, obviously I would take this even if okay. I don't know if my opponent should have gone for it. It's just 2. Okay. So we're dead to Fling, basically at any point. But I'm not dead yet. Obviously I have to get a Moment's Peace. I'm like super dead next turn. So let's grab that. All right, we've got a tower. I have to decide if I want to get my Thornwood Falls into play this turn. I think the only way I can really win is if... Yeah, I think I have to kind of draw my other Tron piece next turn anyway to have a chance. Or at least like a way to get it. I'm just going to play the tower here. I guess I should technically cast this Moment's Peace in their upkeep, I suppose. So let's just do that. No real reason to make them go through the whole rigmarole. They don't have to bother attacking if they don't want to. Yeah, just gotta, make sure that the Fog worked, I suppose. Alright, we drew an island. So I think here I can get Tron. But I think I'm gonna be short. Yeah, I think I'm short on colors. So I can Teachings for crop rotation. And then I can crop rotate to get the last Tron piece. No, I'll have enough. Okay. See, I told you guys this deck was pretty unfair. So I don't know if that's going to be good enough to win, but it is going to work. I suppose I could do it on my turn, but there's no real reason to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, so I have to tap all of this stuff to crop rotate. Yep, I'll crop rotate away a Shimmering Grotto. So if my opponent has like any interaction, I'm gonna lose, but whatever. Alrighty, crop rotation. Get rid of the Shimmering Grotto. Okay. You know, it's possible that first teachings I should have gone for the crop rotation, but I didn't have the other Tron piece at the time, so I don't know if that's the right call. So now I've got the mine. I can flash back my moments piece. All right. So I'm gonna have to flashback teachings for another moments piece next turn. I don't foresee us coming back here. I need to draw a mnemonic wall. Also, they just have a lot of stuff that'll kill me. So, like a fling will kill me, 2 galvanic blasts will kill me. A lot of stuff will kill me. Alright, adding a red. Not that it matters. 1 galvanic blast. Okay, down to 2. Ooh, Muldrifter. So, how much mana do I have? If I go the mystical teachings, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I could have 11 if I play this island. So I get teachings first, so I can only have 11, which means I can't cast this Muldrifter. So what I could do is evoke the Muldrifter. Yeah, so I can evoke the Muldrifter and flashback teaching. No, I can't flashback teachings. Okay, never mind. So I don't have the necessary colors to flashback teachings and play my Muldrifter this turn. It's gonna be, I think, impossible for me to win if I lose my last fog. So I need to get Mnemonic Wall this turn, like next turn. And so the problem here, the reason I was counting up is, so I want 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with the fog. But one of the issues I'm going to have is that I can't actually make the black mana for free. It's going to cost me 1 extra mana for the Shimmering Grotto. I could just kind of go for it anyway with the Muldrifter and like hope to luck into it. It doesn't seem great. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna teachings for the fog. I might as well do that now, I guess. Just so I can make sure I don't mess up the mana and stuff. So I need 6. That's 6. Make the black. I could play Denrova Horror here, but it doesn't really do anything. So this is a scenario where it would be really nice if I had a third fog in the deck, because I could actually just teachings out the other one. And I would have a lot better shot. So get the moments piece here, play a tapped land, stop my opponent's upkeep. Okay, just moments piece now. Again, dead to any burn spells or whatever, but who cares? We've kind of hung in this game a long time. I think if I had drawn slightly better, I might have been able to get there. But as it sits, I don't think so. I think I would rather play the Muldrifter here. Okay, so I play the Muldrifter, or I could play the Denrova Horror. No, they kept a card in their hand, so I could Denrova Horror away the Germ. This is a tough spot. So I can Denrova Horror away the Germ to get their last card. And then they'll have like a lethal force, so I'll have to fog. But I do have enough mana to do that. I think I have enough mana to do that plus play this Prophetic Prism. But the real problem is then how am I going to win from there? And I might be able to Denrova Horror lock them next turn if I like draw really well. But not lock them, but like I'll be able to make them pick up a couple creatures. Maybe even enough that the Pulsamarasa, like if I draw Pulsamarasa off my Muldrifter, I'll be able to live. So I think I'm going to try to make that sort of play. So I'm going to get this Denrova Horror down now. See how much mana that's going to cost me. That's going to cost me 7 lands worth. So it's cost me all of this. Okay, I should have enough then. So let's go ahead and play the Prophetic Prism first. If I draw a Tron land off of this, that would be really nice. Like another tower would be great. It's actually only cost me 1 mana to play this because now I get to play this horror without spending like the premium. All right, Mnemonic Wall. So we drew the perfect card, and I don't think we're gonna win, but it's not out of the realm of possibility anymore. So that's the benefit of playing your spells, like your draw spells first. All right, so I get back the Moments piece. And I do have enough to evoke this Muldrifter as well. So that was actually a bad move by me to do it this way. I should have obviously evoked the Muldrifter first. So this is if I get... yeah, this was just a bad play. It's not going to punish me, I don't think. I don't think I could have played this map this turn. Because I needed every mana. Like, I needed the 1 extra mana for my land, and map is just mana neutral. Okay. Still dead to bunch of stuff. Thoughtcast is pretty scary. They've got like 5 cards in their deck that kill me. So that's obviously not great. Simic Signet is a pretty bad one to hit. So I can Teachings for Flicker and get back the Moments piece. That's probably the best play here. So if I Teachings for Flicker my... See how much mana I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana right now, and 13 with my Grotto if I want to. So I can go 6 for Teachings, and I can play all this stuff out, but not the Denrova Horror to Flicker. So I can only Flicker with the Prophetic Prism. I think that seems okay. I would really like to be able to keep this Moments piece for more than just exactly next turn. It is going to make it tougher for me. This map, don't know exactly what I'm going to get with it yet. I think that's the play. So let's go ahead and do that first. So I know I'm going to be using at least like a bunch of mana this turn anyway. So let's go ahead and use my Teachings. This will give me a couple more turns, hopefully, if they don't draw any burn spells. Pulse Marasa is close, but not going to work. So get the Ghostly Flicker. All right, I don't think I'm going to need... Well, it doesn't matter, really. Let's undo that. Could use this to get more mana, but I think I'd rather get more cards. So I get one more card here. Got to get back this Moments piece. Rolling Thunder, okay. So now I got to get up to 22 mana. Very close to that. So what I can do here is play this map, crack it, and get another tower. Just make sure I don't screw that up. And then I'll have the green mana that I need. This is an awful lot of work, and it's actually taking me a really long time. I could have gotten this Signet down this turn. That might cost me the game, so... I could have gotten this Signet down, but I messed up, so I should have counted better. Yeah, that's just all there is to it. If I end up 1 mana short, basically at any point for the rest of the game, then I'm losing because I made that mistake. It's a pretty tough deck to play. I mean, you have to count all your mana all the time, and you have to play really fast. Like, I'm pretty far behind my opponent right now. So, drew an Impulse, which is a good one. I think I'm going to Impulse first, and we'll see what I get. Obviously, I don't have enough mana yet to Rolling Thunder them to death at this point. So I could grab this Forbidden Alchemy and try to find another... I'm trying to find another Mnemonic Wall. That seems like a pretty decent play. I don't think I need the 1 extra mana this turn. All right, any order. I don't think I'll need the extra green, so I'll just use this right now. Really need another mnemonic wall. Prohibit, probably the best card in here, but I'm gonna grab this power plant, I think. I don't really need the prohibit, I guess. I'm not gonna be able to hold it up is more the issue. I don't think that, it's not so much that I don't need it, it's that I can't really use it. Okay, let's just grab the power plant. I'm gonna play that. Yeah, I think there's no way I can really, can I use this? Yeah, I can still afford to use that. The problem is even if I find the mnemonic wall, I can't cast it. So maybe I don't really want to do that. Alright, so I think I want to get the Denrova Horror down. Make him pick up the germ. So that means I have to go... I can play the Signet. Yeah, looks like I should have enough to do all that. So play the Signet. Tap all this stuff. Tap you for black. Okay, we got the Denrova Horror coming in. Pick up your germ. So make them pick up the germ. They can. They should have sacrificed the Flare Husk probably if they didn't want to discard their card. But I'm guessing their card is nothing. So I guess it's not that important. So if I draw Ghostly Flicker next turn, I might have a chance to come back here. Otherwise, I'm dead. I believe. Oh, I don't know why I did that, but paid too much mana for it. Not a big deal. So it turns out the way I did this, I couldn't have held up Prohibit anyway. Or is mine not Ghostly Flicker? So let's see what Forbidden Out. Well, let me quick count my mana. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if I draw, so if I can live through this, oh, I'm so close. If I just like one more mana, what I need 2 more mana to win. That's kind of unfortunate. So yeah, let's double check because I don't want to just lose here because of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And it'll cost me like 1 extra one for the Shimmering Grotto. So I need to have like another tower in play on top of what I have already. So I can either Alchemy here, or I can Rolling Thunder away all of these smaller guys and then make him pump his Atogs to get through my 2 blockers. I don't know which one is better. I'm going to go ahead and do the Rolling Thunder plan. I think I can Rolling Thunder all the creatures away. And also Forbidden Alchemy. I'm not going to count it though. I don't really have time to count anymore. So I want 10. That's 10 mana. Then I got to tap. Let's tap that one. For the 11th. So I'm so close, but not close enough. Oh, I can't even cast this Forbidden Alchemy because I don't have enough. Man. So that's not great. I don't have enough colors for it. So we got 2. So the problem here is I can't actually, even if I pay this the extra mana to like deal some damage to Atogs, it's not going to actually help me. So if I had played the Shimmering Grotto instead of another 2 mana producing land, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wouldn't have enough to flashback the Forbidden Alchemy anyway. Yeah, so my opponent had a bunch of free sacrifices anyway, so not a big deal. I could have domed my opponent for 7 more. Which maybe I should have done, because if I draw a Mnemonic Wall next turn, it's possible that I would have enough mana. So, yeah, that was probably a mistake, because I think if I drew a Mnemonic Wall, I could get back the Rolling Thunder and kill my opponent, if I had done that. As it sits, I have to draw a Pulse of Marasa for Denrova Horror, I believe. But Pulse Marasa might be enough. So I can Pulse Marasa back my Mnemonic Wall, play it, and then I can get back Pulse Marasa again and get my Denrova Horror. Pretty crazy that we still have outs in this game. And that would actually turn off a lot of my opponent's outs. See if they decide to kill both my guys. Depending on what they drew here, I think I will win if I get a Pulse Marasa. Another ATOG. I think I'll still win with the Pulse Marasa. All right. So we're gonna... let's get rid of this land. Well, Haunted Fengraf might be enough. I think I'd rather use the Haunted Fengraf than the Forbidden Alchemy. This is a close game. I'm almost certainly going to time out this match. Seems pretty unlikely that I'm going to be able to kill my opponent in time. But it was a pretty cool match, and I kind of like fighting to the end. So they do have to discard their ATOG. They obviously should have killed my Mnemonic Wall last turn, and they didn't. All right. I do have enough mana for this time. How anticlimactic would it be if they just bolt me? If they just blast me here? So the reason I didn't use the Forbidden Alchemy first, even though I had enough mana for it, is that I wanted to make sure that my opponent had to... is this a Thoughtcast? Oh, Gear Seeker, sure. So I wanted to make sure that my opponent had to actually... if I drew the Mulldrifter, I mean. If I got the Mulldrifter back, I wanted to make sure that I could cast some more stuff afterwards. This Gear Seeker is a big problem, though. I need to be able to play this Denrova Horror again on my turn. Alright, we got these lands that take forever to tap. I'm not really counting this mana, so what I don't know is if I have enough to Ghostly Flicker afterwards. It looks like I do, so I'm going to use this in case I draw one. Okay, I drew the Pulse of Marasa, which is pretty bad here because now I can't cast it. So that was something I should have thought about when I was tapping my mana, and I got all crazy. Yeah, I'm going to run out of time probably, and... that's just a mistake that I can't afford to make, really. So, Pulse Marasa back the Mnemonic Wall. And then I Mnemonic Wall back the Pulse Marasa. Okay. My opponent's running out of permanents here, so we might get him. Pulse Marasa back my Denrova Horror. Alright. Gonna play that Denrova Horror. I'm gonna make my opponent pick up the Gear Seeker, I think. I'm not sure they can even really attack me with these ATOGs anymore. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna win this game. I'm gonna go ahead and evoke this guy. Alright, so you guys can see why I think this deck is unfair now. Even a Fling doesn't kill me anymore. I think my opponent messed up that one turn, but yeah, they're just going to lose right here with this attack. Cool. Even though I screwed up a bunch of times because I was trying to play fast. There's a decent chance for the next game I'm not going to talk as much. I'm expecting my opponent to concede when I Pulse Marasa back whichever of these gets killed this turn. Yep. You got it, friend. Pulse Marasa back my Denrova Horror. Say goodbye to another ATOG. Come on. Come on, Legsville. Alright, goodbye to that ATOG. I'm gonna use Impulse here, because if I find a Ghostly Flicker, I can just kind of probably put this game away. I can make him pick up everything. Mnemonic Wall will do it. Any order for you. Let's go ahead and get back a Ghostly Flicker. So technically I'd be better off probably flickering, doing a little bit different flickering than I am right now. But I'm just going to do kind of the quick and dirty. Let's get rid of this ATOG. Get back a Ghostly Flicker. Yeah, there's probably somewhere in there where I could have had like an extra blue up here. But now I don't. Fragmite not going to do it. Let's attack with Dinner of a Horror. I can probably double flicker back the Rolling Thunder. I'm going to make my opponent... No, I'm not. So Rolling Thunder, Ghostly Flicker. Alright, let's quick tap all our mana. We got a red. We got a red. Okay, so I don't know how much that is, but... So we got 17 here. Okay. My opponent draws exactly Galvanic Blast. They can live another turn. Alright, cool. So we beat them. Hopefully our Finger Marauders like win the game for us this time. Gonna bring in a Hydro Blast. I do have to decide if I want these Dispels or not, and if I want more Fogs. So don't know if I'll have time for deep analysis. It's kind of like the slowest piece of card draw we have. I don't think I really want the Prohibit. Pretty bad against them. Do have to decide if I want some more Fogs. The game would have been much easier if I had a third Fog in the deck. But, and my opponent didn't really play around Tangle at all, so it might be kind of nice to have a Tangle in here. I gotta decide what else to take out though. I am probably gonna time out this match, so I think I'm gonna leave the Rolling Thunder in. I tend to take out a lot of the slower stuff, like sometimes I take out Muldrifters or Denrova Horrors. Denrova Horror came up big that game, but I don't think it's gonna be as important this time around. So maybe I'll get rid of that one. It's tough. Maybe I get rid of like an Impulse or Forbidden Alchemy or something. Like I might not have time to cast all... I don't have time to cast all of these things all the time. Well, I'm kind of in like high stress mode, but I have like a minute here to kind of do what I want. So I'm just going to think about it for a little bit. This is my first time playing against Affinity. I'm almost certain I want to bring in at least one more Fog. I don't know if I'd rather have Moment's Peace or Tangle. I think I'd rather have another Moment's Peace. And then I think I'm going to take out... I could take out the Haunted Fengraf. It saved me there, but that's pretty slow. Almost every card saved me there because like I needed to use every single one that I had for almost every turn. Let's take out one Muldrifter and one Alchemy, I think. That's too much card draw to take out. Can't justify it. I'm going to take out this Denrova Horror. I don't have time to do that stuff. So my opponent would have had a much better chance that game if they had, or at least a better chance of timing me out if they had, oh man, another one-lander. I think I have to mulligan again. If they had picked up, if they had killed their Germ Token, we'll keep this one. Crop Rotation seems pretty good. I'm going to put that on top. So we do have Tron. I do have turn 3 Tron, I believe. I don't really check, but I'll have turn 3 Tron, but I won't have all the mana untapped for it on turn 3. I don't really know what kind of hate to expect from my opponent. Something, I'm sure. So I'm going to play the Shimmering Grotto and then crack the map for something. All right, so far a slow start for my opponent. See if they have any frogmites or anything. They're playing something, maybe a Thoughtcast? Sure. So this is, okay, they do have a frogmite, but this is quite a bit slower than their last draw. I hate that it asked me to block when I clearly have no creatures. So the reason I played the Shimmering Grotto is it's the one I want to crop rotate away, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and map for the other Tron piece. All right, I take 4. This is a little bit slower than last time. I think the last time they had lethal. Oh, maybe they have lethal now. Who knows? Alrighty, let's go ahead and get Power Plant. So little does my opponent know if they had just gone for it last game, they would have beaten me. Ooh, we just drew it straight up. Cool. So yeah, I can go ahead and get rid of my Shimmering Grotto here for another. I have to get a mine here. If this gets dispelled, I do lose the game. So yeah, so I have to get the mine, put that in play, play my Prophetic Prism. Hopefully I find a fog. Okay. So see if my opponent goes for it. I don't know if they actually have lethal with this ATOG, even if they do go for it. They for sure have lethal with Fling. One of the good things about this deck is when you lose, you like lose pretty quick, so it's pretty risky. They have to sacrifice everything, I believe, to have lethal. But if they have Fling, they only have to sacrifice like 1 or 2 cards. Well, let's see what they want to do. Okay. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So they have to sacrifice every single thing they have. Maybe I should bring in all the fogs. Okay, well this isn't lethal, but I am dead to just Galvanic Blast here. This is a little questionable play, because now if I like Pulse and Marasa, I'm not dead, but I would still be dead next turn. Yeah, I mean, I'm not just gonna like hold up mana. If they've got it, they've got it. Yep, cool. Alright, so we died. We died turn 4, which is pretty typical against Affinity, like if they get a good draw. I think I need to have this Rolling Thunder still. Couldn't have even cast Finger Marauder there. I only ever had 5 mana on a turn. So our opponent got a turn 4 kill both games, which is pretty brutal. But this time we're on the play, and they were on the play the first 2 times. I think maybe I will bring in one more of these fogs. I don't really know what to take out, though. I don't really want to cut anything else. Don't really want to cut a... Maybe I will cut this. All right, let's cut that Haunted Friend Graph. Let's do it. And I've also mulliganed both times because I had 1 land hands. All right, this hand seems fine. Let's see if my opponent's playing like Smelt. I ran into Smelt the other day. I thought it was pretty ridiculous that someone was playing Smelt, but they did it to me. They got me with it. All right, our opponent's draw is already slower. I'll probably get a Shimmering Grotto off the second map, just so I can start casting some stuff with green. I don't have any action yet, but I've got a Fog and I've got Tron. Got Tron all over the place. I'm actually, next time let's take this beginning of combat off. I don't need that. And I don't need this attack one either. Alright, they're playing a Terrarion. I'm gonna go get my tower. And then I'll F6. See if they've got like Frogmite into ATOG again. Yeah, pretty unfair. Yeah, pretty unfair that my opponent is able to do stuff like this. Let's go ahead and crack that right away. Gonna go ahead and get a Shimmering Grotto. And I'll play another one of these. I'm gonna sack this one for a cycling land. Alright, let's just do it now. I'll grab my remote isle. I need to draw some cards, so see what my opponent's got. Alright. Don't know what they're casting. Looks like it's going to be an ATOG, so they will have a turn 4 kill again. But this time I'm on the play, so I can actually compete with the turn 4 kill. A Prophetic Prism does not look like a turn 4 kill. So this is the kind of deck that this Tron deck is weak to. Any deck that can put up turn 4 kills. If they take all the way till turn 5, it's usually pretty easy to win. Yeah, this is a really slow draw from my opponent. Perfect, we got a Prophetic Prism, so step 1, play Prophetic Prism. Step 2, let's cycle this. Got another map. Just go ahead and play this power plant, I guess. I don't have any more like value stuff to get. I think I'm just gonna fog next turn, so let's just crack this. I don't have anything good to get. I'm gonna grab a Thornwood Falls, I think, just so I can have a little more colors. I don't know. My opponent texts me for 6, I might just fog. See what they play though. So it looks like they won't have lethal next turn if I don't, even if I fog here. No, I'm just gonna take it. Whatever. That was a little stupid of me. I should have probably played this Thornwood Falls last turn instead of this extra Tron piece. Yeah, because I'm just gonna have to fog every turn for the rest of the game anyway. I'm actually dead right now to a fling. See how ballsy my opponent is? Okay, they don't have one. And I have no action still. My remote isle did not draw me into anything. My opponent has exactly lethal, unfortunately, so there's not a lot I can do. Alright, so I can't even force him to sack something to ATOG. Alright. What am I doing? I don't think it matters. Well, it might matter. I mean, if I draw any card advantage, I've got kind of a lot of turns to draw card advantage, but if they draw... So if they draw like an, what's it called? If they draw a fling, I'm still dead. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna like float, but that's fine. Could have crop rotated into another Thornwood Falls. Gain 1 life. My opponent should have done this earlier in the turn. Just pretty clearly a mistake from my opponent. So I think I'm going to go ahead and crop rotate for an island here. Because I kind of think my opponent has fling and they're trying to like get me with it. Obviously I don't have anything, but I want to at least pretend I've got it. Like I've still got blue floating here, so let's go ahead and play this island in there. Yeah, what you gonna do, opponent? Still gonna fling me? No, probably just gonna Ancient Grudge my Prophetic Prism away. That'd be my assumption about what my opponent's gonna do. Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't have a ghostly flicker because that would have been a nice spot to use it. I think I'm just going to play this mnemonic wall. Get back my moments piece. My opponent didn't have a... what's it called? My opponent didn't have a Pyroblast for that, so that's good. That Ancient Grudge was pretty brutal. I just don't have anything right now. I'm gonna try to obviously like bait my opponent into sacrificing some stuff to Atog, but I pretty much have to fog here. And now I lose to Fling no matter what, so see if my opponent's got it. Just another Atog. That I can beat. Now I can really beat another Atog. Alright. The issue is I can't... Yeah, it's just Forbidden Alchemy. Okay, gonna take a Prophetic Prism. Now I can actually cast stuff. This could be really close. I think I'm gonna time out and not win, but we'll see what happens here. Alright, Teaching is a decent draw. I would have liked to have drawn a land at some point in there, but it's okay this way. I don't have any ways to like make untapped green mana, so whatever, let's do that. Alright, Moment's Peace. There's also no way for me to cast any of this stuff. Even with the crop rotation, I don't have enough colored mana. So, okay. Let's play that. So, as much as Finger Marauder is great, it's not actually going to help me here. Yeah, it looks like I should have enough mana to Teachings and play a Fog. Alright. This time I'm going to Teachings for Tangle. Still dead to Fling, obviously. No need to block. Alrighty. Still just hoping they don't have anything. Like, if they have a Pyroblast, I'm dead. Dispel, I'm dead. They've got 3 cards in hand. I should have obviously blocked. Yeah. They got me. Yep, I died. So, this game I should have probably been able to win. I don't know, did they tap out on my turn? Like, could I have done this on my own turn? I don't think so. Alright, well, we lost game 1. This is one of the worst matchups for the deck. Especially, like, they got 2 turn 4 kills on the play, so that's pretty brutal. But we should have probably been able to beat them on this game. Like, they had a lot slower draw. But we died. See you guys for round number 2.